What is going on, everybody? This is Raj from Eastside Rage, and don't go see Return to Silent Hill, at least in theaters. Cop that shit off bootleg, off the internet, or wait till it comes out on a streaming service. But don't waste your money. Don't do it to yourself. No, I just seen it, and it's one of the worst movie adaptations I have ever fucking watched. I am not kidding. This makes Welcome to Raccoon City look like a fan service. And bro, I cannot believe, like, I knew it wasn't going to be that good, but I cannot believe it is this bad. Like, this guy, the director, Christophe Gans, he clearly had the source material, made the first movie a while ago, bro, and back in 2006. And even though that one wasn't that good, at least the plot made sense, and it felt like, felt like, he was sticking somewhat to the source material. Here, no, he completely says, fuck the source material completely, bro. I don't understand. I don't understand. It's like he just made cut a bunch of corners and everything on this shit, bro. Like, left and right, completely cut this shit out, cut that shit out, bro. I refuse to write a script, well, type up a script and record my voice over it. No, that's how bad this was. This is more of a rant than a review. This is just like, what the fuck? This is just another way of, I guess, these fucking, directors and writers making, taking a good franchise, a well-known franchise, then, using it as an advantage to make their own fucking stories with it instead of sticking to the ideas that made it good in the first place. And I get it, before you guys that are defending this movie say, oh, it is an adaptation, they can make changes and everything. It's not supposed to exactly be like the game. So what's the problem? You're just being a hater. Yes, I get it. You are right. It's an adaptation. An adaptation. Not a standalone movie. When you are making a fucking movie, off of something, it could be a game or a book, you should stick to the things that made the story and characters good. I'm not trying to say bring it all together and everything, of course not, because I wouldn't expect a movie to be exactly like the game, but don't make all those changes to the point where it's completely unrecognizable and do whatever the fuck you want with it. That's my problem with it. So I'm about to get into the review, and that being said, heavy spoilers are ahead, or whatever. Be honest, because I can't even really tiptoe around the fact of how awful this fucking movie is. Oh, okay, because I tried to come up with ways to not spoil it, but I gotta include some examples. So I'm not gonna go scene by scene. I guess I'm gonna just talk about it in segments, starting off with the characters. Well, really, the characters, bro, the returning characters, guess they are all there, but most of them do not act like themselves. You could we could start off with Laura. She's like a fucking little possessed fucking child instead of a, little brat, to be honest. Like, bro, like, what am I looking at? And most characters are like that too. Fucking Angela is like a fucking feels more like a witch in the woods instead of a traumatized victim. My bad. A witch on a fucking, street or whatever. She's like fucking, it's like she's addicted to crack, if anything, bro. Like, she doesn't look traumatized as she was, Yes, she's scared and everything, but she's not like a traumatized 19-year-old, bro. That's not really her. And Eddie, don't get me started about Eddie. He only appears once in the same area, yeah, or whatever, but he is totally fucking deranged. And this is not before he starts killing people before he snaps. No, it's when you meet him, when he is supposed to be a coward and everything. Whatever. No, he's confrontational, disrespectful, and everything. He just sits here, beats James's ass for calling him an asshole, and runs off. You never see that nigga again in the fucking movie. Ever. You don't know what the hell his fate is supposed to be. Maria, she's like looks like a fucking cosplayer. She does not act like her. You could clearly tell she is wearing a. I mean, the actress is wearing a fucking wig. I mean, wig. She, for me, it just feels like the low tier one. She tries so hard. Of course, she tries to seduce. What's his face? Fucking. That nigga. James. My bad. My mind is all over the place. James. But yeah, like, you could clearly tell she's trying too hard. And the way she goes out is also ridiculous. There's no fucking battle or whatever. No. I mean, if you don't want to hear how she goes out, I would say I'm going to let you know when to skip ahead. All right? 3, 2, 1. She goes out due to James just screaming. I mean, James not just screaming. James is closing his ears in a whole fucking building or town, just shaking, bro. Because he realizes that she's just just a manifestation of his true needs of his wife, really. That is just it. And Mary and James, they somewhat act alike, somewhat, I guess, but it's not really their characters because they are played well. The acting, they do their jobs. Most of the actors do their jobs. It's just how shitty the script is, really. It's more of the story, like I said, the writing, because flashing back or whatever, you would have James, he meets Mary herself in Silent Hill. Turns out Mary in this shit is fucking totally connected to this town. It's no longer a vacation spot, and it's no longer, where, I mean, James, she gets sick, and James decides to kill her. She gets sick on her own. No. She, was born and raised in this town. Her father runs Silent Hill, some reason. That never happened in the video game if you guys never played it, bro. Her friends are a fucking cult group, and for years her friends and her father have been poisoning her with some shit or whatever, and that's how she gets fucking sick. Really, nothing that happened in there or whatever. Nothing that happened in the game. That's how she gets sick. That's how. I mean, bro, they just ripped that fucking in for what reason or whatever. I don't know if it's to make James look like a good person, because he does, spoiler again, 3, 2, 1, does end up killing her with a mercy kill, I guess to make him look better. However, for me, it is it's just stupid or whatever. And moving on to moving on to like the town. The fucking town is somehow all empty because, of an unspecified sickness, a plague, if you will, instead of, the original way when there was a bunch of, I guess, fire from beneath the ground. If I remember whatever, I'm going to just look it up I'm going to look it up after this video, because I know for a fact it did not happen with no plague or sickness. The whole fucking the whole damn fucking, town just got wiped out completely, and there's only one homeless guy that is still there, but he dies. And moving on to the enemies, some do make an appearance. The straight jackets, the bugs, and everything. Let me see. There was also that mattress. Mattress enemy, and that thing that is supposed to hang you from the ceiling, I believe. But yeah, not all enemies make an appearance. But that wouldn't have been so fucking bad if there wasn't just one combat encounter, and all of them, most of them being filled with fucking CGI, bro. It's heavily used on CGI, and honestly, it looks worse than the game. The remake from 2024. You can tell it's like all bullshit. They didn't even try in that regard. They could have easily put the enemies that were in the straight jackets as people. They could have did that, but they didn't or whatever. And these roaches, they come up or whatever, they eat everything in sight, including the enemies and stuff. That doesn't happen in the game. They just come up with random shit that does not happen in the video game, bro, like at all whatsoever. And And the scare factor, there's really no scare factor. Some people said they were afraid. Me personally, no. Hold up. Me personally, no. I was not, terrified at all, bro. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at the fucking movie like this. Dead ass. That was me the entire fucking time, like for hours. It was just boring. Not once did I laugh. Not once did I was scared. Not once did I feel for the characters. This adaptation. No, not once did I, want to know what was gonna happen next. I just was wanting to know when this shit was gonna end. That very much so, bro. Like, and yeah, I know. I guess there are people that defend it and then that like it or whatever. I get different flows for people, but for me, like, no. I mean, look, dude, like, if you like the fucking, like, if you like the original fucking movie, I mean, you will not like this one. I mean, not original movie, my bad. If you like the original game, remake, whatever, you will not like this one, bro. I mean, I don't mind changes. Me, I don't mind changes. That's why I do like the remake. It introduced a lot of things. But one thing the remake did not do was take out all the things that made the original source material good. This is what this did. They look. I mean, Christophe Gans looked at the entire game, said he's a fan, but I'm guessing he took the fucking case and wiped his whole ass with it. Also, this movie also has a lot of pacing issues too. Like, bro, like, first, you know, he's, I guess, in some guess he goes to Silent Hill. Then, out of nowhere for no reason at all, way too early for it to happen, he goes into the other world or whatever. He's getting chased by a bunch of bugs, goes to the Woodside apartments. Then, he fucks around, meets this guy, meets Eddie, meets Laura, a bunch of shit happens. Then he eventually meets up with Mary, gets to Brookhaven or whatever. This happens way too fast, by the way. Then he fucking goes to sleep. And then he gets knocked out by that enemy. By that enemy I was talking about earlier. He wakes up. He's in a hospital back in his fucking town, bro. His hometown that's not in Silent Hill. Somehow his psychiatrist managed to call somebody to get him out of here. And the psychiatrist, she just feels like she's there just to be there, bro. I mean, I get she's a new character and she's supposed to be his voice of reason, but to be for real, like, there was no point in her being there realistically. She's just there. She just gets about 3 or 4 scenes, really. It's not like she's fighting side by side with him, It's not like she meets up with him or whatever. No. And, make it worse, back to the pacing issues. Within a few scenes later, flashback sequences, and they happen a lot. Sometimes I couldn't tell which was a flashback and which was, in the modern time or whatever. No, he ends up back in Silent Hill. Like it's nothing, bro. It's just fucking weird to me, bro. The pacing, the CGI, the story, the writing, the characters, they're all fucking garbage, bro. And I guess I can just wrap this up by just saying, just don't watch it. Just don't watch it. It's not good. Well, if you want to watch it, bootleg, like I said, bootleg streaming service, not the movies, bro. It's just not that good, bro. Like, dude, it is almost. It's probably, and that's a controversial take. It's probably Avatar: The Last Airbender bad, bro. I mean, maybe I'm over exaggerating, but you get what I mean. For me, I do love the story. Silent Hill 2 was, a Silent Hill game that I fell in love with, honestly. And, after I beat it originally, it changed my life. I didn't even game for 2 weeks. But this shit right here, no. I mean, if you don't mind adaptions or whatever, and goofy ass adaptions, I guess this is for you. But for me, if you love it, like I said, you love this, if you major fan of this shit, no, you will not. They would upset. I mean, it probably might disappoint the fuck out of you. With that being said, I'm gonna rate this a 2 out of 10. The only thing I felt that was good was the music and the characters, and it getting the locations right. But other than that, no, it's just another attempt at a writer doing whatever the hell he wants with it. But if you don't agree, let me know. This has been Eastside Rage signing out. Keep raging out. I'll catch you on the next stream.